Erin.
I'm Rachel. This is my Eva pullover pattern. Oh, what?
Rococo? I love that I finally have gotten all of your projects.
So I have one finished object for today, and that is the Eva pullover by the Rococo mohair pullover by Sari Nordland. I knit it in Knitting for Olive, Merino, and soft silk mohair in the color Unicorn Purple. I've only worn it once with these jeans to make a skirt for it because it is like kind of dressier.
Yeah, it between the color and like how like delicate's the only word that I can think of. The yoke is that like it looked cool when you wear it with jeans and docs. So it's like I can see how if I was wearing it, something would need to be like pulling them together more.
Yeah.
Actually, wearing a leather jacket with it, I think would look really cool. So I think I solved it.
I think it'd be too hot. Like a satin, like gray charcoal skirt. I'm coming to terms with the fact that I like purple because I was very anti-purple. And all my other stuff is like gray, brown.
I was delighted when Unicorn Purple was in the palette.
I would prefer pink over purple, and I'm not even a pink person.
It looks really good.
But now I really like this.
Rachel wears magenta, and everyone loses their mind.
Magenta would look really good with this yellow.
It would. So would seafoam. I believe those are neutrals.
I'm very proud of myself because this was supposed to be my gateway to a cabled sweater. Forget.
Rachel was like, I feel like cables are beyond me, so I'm going to knit this. And I was like, wow, okay.
This is a work in progress, which is the Eva pullover by Sari Nordland. I've already blocked the body because I didn't want to pick up the sleeve. I don't know. I just felt like it would make more sense to block it before picking up the sleeve. But it's also hard to compare, like, this is blocked and like very flat. So I'm like, do these look the same? Of course they don't because it's not
it does look really
the
different.
same yet.
Yeah.
But this one, I did gauge swatch and then I was like, I just want to get started. I'll like do a size up and see what happens.
And then be annoyed at the result.
Yeah. So it's a little smaller than I would have liked. But I think in the end, like with the sleeves, it'll be perfect. Just not as like roomy as her sample.
Which really, for this style, I think will look awesome.
It's a lace pattern that kind of looks like cables. And
because those are just decreases. You're not like knitting them. Are you not crossing them?
It's just like knit two together and slip slip knit and yarn overs.
Gives me very fall and winter vibes.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make you sad if you wanted to wear it in spring. That could be an absolutely majestic basic in your wardrobe.
I don't have a lot of bright colors in my wardrobe. This is even like a stretch, I feel like.
I wouldn't call your wardrobe colorful.
So this fits in.
Like, I want you to wear that with plaid pants in December.
Whoa.
Tartan.
Maybe.
Houndstooth. But that gives me fall and winter vibes over springtime, which is more floral, brighter, life is back.
Yeah.
We're all on the brink of death. And now we're here again.
Well, I will finish this in the spring, and I will try to wear it and overheat. So I'm not going to finish it and put it away until fall or winter.
That's what I want.
And it's not going to be finished
and then
until...
that Rachel will be like, oh my god, look at this sweater.
So I got a little wacky. We were talking about the concept of like just knitting a sweater to wear around the house. The Cove sweater by the Knit Pearl Girl. This feels way too short for how tall I am. And when I tried it on before I blocked it, I noticed that these armholes are really small.
Yeah.
So
That is like a child's armhole. Things you're talking about redoing, this is one that I think if you kept going, you would have a super lovely garment, and you could, the next one, you could make those changes.
just do different.
Because the point of it was never to be what the Rococo was.
No.
Like, it was a elevated home wear item.
Do I have anything cropped right now? I'm like, you see me 30% of my life.
Most of your things are pretty long. And I know that, like, we all carry, like, you're a tall person, I'm a short person. So even in the work we do, I know that it affects, like, how I think, like, how I want to fit clothes. Because for some people, sleeves are always too short on them. For me, sleeves are always too long on me. So, like, all of us are looking, like, it sucks to have your clothes feel like that. So I feel like you wear longer things because you have, like, I assume that you've dealt with struggles of being taller. If I was to, like, close my eyes and think about your clothes, they are, like, more neutral sweaters that are longer. Like, they're not shorter. What you have on right now, I feel like, is one of the more fitted things that you wear.
Well, I've been wearing that Monday pullover, like, once a week, or I take a week off. But have people commented on it?
No, it looks amazing. And if they do,
part of me like wearing that so much is, one, it's super comfortable. Like, reaching for it just makes me happy.
Yay!
But I
don't know this feeling. Sounds like a perfect segue. Although I think you have another work in progress.
So we have talked about doing our knit along of the Chantal top, which this is not.
This is what Rachel has. This is what I have.
We've moved along to the Maritime Tee. I had originally bought linen quill, which is what this is in. So I decided to hold it double for this t-shirt, and I only bought the golden green color just because I was very interested in the color. I had no plan for it, but when we pivoted to this tee, I was like, oh, I'll just do that as a stripe color. I have the perfect amount for it.
The stripe pattern looks awesome.
Thank you. It's been really fun to knit, so I can help you if you have questions.
I will have questions, and I can't wait to cast it on. And I really like mine, which is something from my stash, which using it up would be amazing, because cotton yarn isn't for every project, and I've been wanting to knit something short-sleeved out of it for a long time, but it does feel boring to knit a solid cotton t-shirt. So the stripe is cool, the shoulder construction is cool, and my story is that I just picked this up kind of thinking like, oh, it'll be like the Land's End sweater I can't buy or something. And then at some moronic point in my past, I was like, I'll just buy more of another color to use this up, which is something I do a lot. And so I know exactly what I'm knitting it with, and the swatch meets gauge, which is a total joy, and it's
I love that for you.
Thank you. You don't need it, and I know it. So
no, I do.
I have magical
it's
gauge.
Exciting.
I'm the queen of getting halfway through a project and being like, I hate this. I don't want to make it anymore. So
that's where I'm at with this.
And that is totally part of the process.
Am I just forcing it? I do love the way it feels, but I just don't feel like this is the right.
It looks awesome. For it. I think that in a different sweater, something. I mean, you could also knit this into something long sleeve. I realized then the perils of ordering the more yarn to make something out of something you started and it didn't really work out the way that you wanted, and so which actually, if we could just follow this conversation naturally, is where I'm at with this sweater, because I finished both sleeves. I tried it on.
Amazing.
I appreciate that. Gotten a lot of positive feedback, but I don't like it. And the sleeve does look cool. For me, I need a break from the like, I'll just order this and I will change this. And I found myself in a place with this that I'm not really interested in being. So I'm going to pull this out like trying to like there's sometimes when you're in a project and as you're like things aren't working out, you make changes and it takes you in a more interesting direction. And I've got to admit that it did prompt me to try mohair with this black. It actually looks incredibly cool. I feel like the sweater is kind of like grafted on to grafted on to grafted on, and in the end, I what I saw for this initial yarn, I don't think I'm going to get there now with this like totally different sleeve and adding on the mohair. So, and I just like it's also kind of threatening the momentum. Also, I'm still at a point where I'm trying to bring knitting enjoyment back, and this is not part of that. So it's like the best and worst part of knitting is that you can rip it back to the raw materials.
You could just cheers into well, it sounds like it.
Yeah.